Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 here in Memphis, Tennessee, our flagship station, but we're also broadcasting Brownsville Radio, Brownsville, Tennessee, and, of course, News Talk 101.5 in Jackson, Tennessee. And this being Fifth Saturday, normally it would be Gene Smith and Charlie Covington. Charlie couldn't be here this morning. So we brought in the man from retirement from the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Had to call in Dave Gabbard to be with us this morning, and listen to applause for Dave.
Thank you very much.
And Dave is in here also with us, and both of these guys heavily involved in youth sports. Gene is a hunter education guru, taught over 20,000 people in his career, and of course Dave is fishing rodeos, archery in the
school system
and things along that. And I've kind of brushed him up on this young lady that's getting ready to be on with us on Outdoors with Larry. I would not follow Jordan Lee with just anybody.
That's right.
You know, because
we're still going up.
We're still going up.
And my chair is still going down.
And your chair is still going down. But, hey, we're happy to have with us this morning straight from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. That's up in the beautiful part of Pennsylvania, not far from Hershey.
Probably find a good muzzle-loading rifle up there in that part of the country.
Bet you could find a good Pennsylvania rifle.
Right,
you ever shot one of those double-barrel Pennsylvanias? Wow. All right. But we're glad to have on with us this morning Casey Koufhold. Koufhold? Do I pronounce that right? That's close enough?
Did he butcher it okay?
I butchered it okay. How about that, Rob? Is that close enough?
Perfect.
That's perfect, and that is her dad, Rob, and Casey's on the line with us this morning. Not too long ago, I got some news releases, and we love to have young people on this show and have over the years. She was 13 at the time, and she scored the highest score of any woman in U.S. history at any age, breaking the senior, junior, and cadet national records with an outstanding 1162 out of 1,200 in the U.S. National Indoor Championship, which just happened to be held in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And so we have Casey Koufhold on with us this morning, along with her dad, Rob, who's not too bad about archery himself. But good morning to both of y'all.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for being, Casey. Rob, let's talk about you a little bit, about you and your wife and your family. And this is one of the things I wanted to hit on before we talk to Casey about. This is really a family affair, isn't it?
Yes, we shoot as a family and support the kids. They've been shooting since a very young age, just in the backyard for fun, and got started competing a little bit once they hit about 8 years old.
8 years old. And Casey just turned 14 on March the 6th. And let's talk, Casey. Was this mandatory that you and your brother had to shoot archery?
It wasn't technically mandatory, but we just went along with it and fell in love with it.
You did. All right. Well, let's talk about this, your career. I mean, what you did when you're 13, and maybe talk about the development. I've seen the video. I watched an hour video of you and another girl looking at each other shooting. I mean, during the competition. Talk about the success and also your goals.
So, like, successes-wise, like...
Yes. Has this come... I mean, you're 14 years old, and you're doing things that most 14-year-olds don't do. Maybe they're 24s, and you've got some really heroes that have been on this show before, and that even adds a lot to it, that Brady Ellison and Mackenzie Brown have been on Outdoors with Larry Ray. So talk a little bit about the success you've had, and where do you want to take this career?
Where I want to take it is probably eventually to World Cup team or Olympics. That has been a big goal of mine for a while now. And just to be on the team with Mackenzie and Brady would be just a huge experience.
What about Tokyo?
Tokyo is definitely consideration.
It is? Yeah?
That I'll get that skill level by then.
And Rob, talk a little bit about your daughter and her abilities. What makes her a good archer?
Well, her dedication. I think that to be being a gymnast from age 5 to age 11, it helped. It gave her a lot of strength and balance, discipline. In gymnastics, if you're not doing your absolute best up there on the bars, drop and give me 20 push-ups, just like a drill sergeant. And she's very coachable. She's also very strong and very tough and very dedicated.
And Casey, are you? What grade are you in?
I'm in 8th grade.
You're in the 8th grade. Are you in middle school or what?
Middle school.
What's the name of your school?
Conestoga Valley Middle School.
Conestoga Valley Middle School. What does your other? They come up to you. Do they know what you've done? I mean, do they the archery part of this? What do your friends think about this?
They think I'm kind of crazy that like I go off to the country just like to do what I love, and they're still supportive about it though. Like they wish me luck before I leave school for a tournament and all that.
They do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's nice to have support that they give me.
All right, now what's going through? And I've asked this. I don't know if you've ever heard of Katuna Lorig. She has been on the show many times. One of our favorite guests. And we've had Kim Rohde from the Olympics in Katuna. Of course, she shoots that arrow through all them Bridgestone tires now.
Right, yeah.
And she's the one that taught Jennifer Lawrence how to shoot in the Hunger Games and things. And we ask folks, what's going through your mind during competition? How do you focus on what you do?
A lot of times I just, like, when I'm up at the line, I'm focused and, like, I'm worrying about what I'm doing and that I'm getting my rhythm and all that right. But when I'm off the line, I kind of, like, turn that switch off and I just have fun with friends or listen to music or get my mind off archery for a little bit.
Do you listen to music? What do you listen to?
I listen mostly country.
All right. Now, did you hear that? All right.
Yeah, if it was heavy metal, she'd be shaking her head too much.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, I mean, Rob, good job. Okay, you got her. You've got her listening to the right music.
I've got a question for Casey.
All right, go ahead.
Competitors and tell me about your practice routine.
Yeah, that's a good.
How much time?
Yeah.
Do you devote to practice? Because when you look at tournaments, it's kind of short, really, when you look at a time frame.
Yeah.
But how many hours do you dedicate?
Usually on a school day, I get home and I do homework or whatever until about 4 to 5, and then I go over and practice until, like, usually when the shop closes, depends whether it's at 6 o'clock on some days or 9 o'clock on other days. And I also have, like, my dad's the owner, so we go over after hours sometimes, and we also have Joe out on Thursday and Saturday, which helps.
See there? Yeah. So she does practice. She shoots a few rounds, right, Rob?
Yeah, hundreds of arrows every day.
Hundreds of arrows. And your family has been in the archery business. Explain that. Tell our listeners a little bit about that, because you have a pretty sizable business there in Lancaster.
I started right out of college in 1983 when I was 21.
Wow.
And so it's been 35. This is our 36th year.
And I know, Casey, having that, you must have been really on when you had the U.S. National Indoor. Did you realize how well you were shooting?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, I knew, like, that I was close to the record, and so, I mean, I just had to keep my head in it and not worry about, like, any other possibilities except shooting the shot I know how to shoot.
Well, it's a pretty amazing. I know that that your good friends at Carbon Express Arrows, they've been on this show many times, and I'm assuming, Rob, you're able to equip her with pretty nice equipment, right?
Yes, we were. We started the kids out with simple wood recurves like any other kid would shoot in the backyard. But once they started to want to compete, we started to get them a little bit better equipment. And by now, they're shooting world-class stuff. But for the first few years, it was more inexpensive, affordable gear.
Yeah. And of course, let's talk about the schedule for this year. So what's up next for Casey, Rob? What's What does 2018 looks like for?
Well, next week we leave for Phoenix, Arizona.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
90. We had snow here last week.
Bless your heart. We got 2 feet of rain down here, so yeah.
And so there's Arizona Cup in April. There's Gator Cup in Gainesville, Florida in May. Southern California in June. The National Championship in Raleigh, North Carolina in July. And then in August, there are 2 different other USA events. And then this fall, we'll have the trials for the Pan American Games in early 2019. And there's a potential trip to the World Field Championships in Italy also this fall.
Amazing. At 14 years old. Is it fun, Casey, or do you have other hobbies, or this is it?
I have other hobbies, but this one's definitely my favorite.
Do you get? Are you before a match? Do you get nervous? Are you? You're such a young person. I would think that you're living a pretty cool life for a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I don't really get nervous that often, but because I know that I'm prepared and I'm here for a reason, and it's because I shoot as well as just any other person on the field, so I shouldn't be worried about skill level. All
right, before we let you go, we got to ask you about now. Connor, how old is Connor?
He is 16.
All right, now you mentioned off the air, Rob. Is there competition between these 2 kids?
Oh yeah, every day. Or at a national event, they're shooting against each other for the Koufhold Cup.
They are. Okay. For the Koufhold Cup. So it's your own cup, the family affair, so to speak, in this and everything. But go ahead.
It's rough here. It's rough here, Larry. Nobody wants to wear the L to dinner.
Oh, I can imagine that. The loser doesn't want to go home, without the belt or anything like that. Well, Casey, thank you. And Rob, thank you for being on Outdoors with Larry Ray. You can go to my website, lroutdoors.com. We'll have this posted as soon as we can on the website, and we will really appreciate. And we'll stay in touch. We don't believe in luck here. We wish you nothing but success the rest of the year, and we look forward to seeing you down the road and talking to you. Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Larry.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you, Rob. We'll talk to you. All right. That's 14 years old.
Yeah, well, that's what I enjoy about getting the youth involved in shooting sports.
Yeah.
Here's a young lady that the discipline it takes to do this.
Yeah.
As she goes on through life, she's not going to get rattled with a lot of stuff.
No.
Because, this teaches, up there when I ask about the practice, because it's kind of, you're practicing and you do something wrong, then you got to analyze what you did.
Yes.
And think how you correct it.
Yeah.
Instead of just falling to pieces. So, that skill set benefits you on through life,
Well, just go, it's KCCSEYKOUFHOLD. If you Google her and watch a video of her shooting that bow, she knows how to do it.
Yeah.
And she's not intimidated and things along that line. Blows my mind. Guys, thank y'all for being here. Fifth Saturday, always good to see you.
Now, what did we just do for the last hour and a half?
It's gone fast. It's gone fast.
You got part-timers.
Yeah, we got part-timers.
Can I go back to the bullpen now, Coach?
Yeah, you can go back to the bullpen.
They're having chicken
Let me tell
tonight.
You, next week's show, I know Ron Wong will be in here because we're going to talk a little crappie fishing on a couple of segments. Billy Ross Dole, he won the Bassmaster Pick the Winter contest, and he will be on the show. Also, we're going to talk a little turkey hunting with Ted Brown of Hunter Specialties. They got a big new Big Cheeks foam seat. I didn't know who that was built for, but that's the name of the seat.
You need one of those.
I need one of those. And Mike Neshlak will be
you're
on
in the buff now.
Yeah, I'm in the buff now and everything. Hey, thank y'all. Thank you, Greg Ratliff, for taking care of us. Go to Outdoors with Larry Ray, lroutdoors.com. Get all the information. Lord willing, be next week. This morning, I'll tell you, I'm going down to Le Bonheur at 10:30 for a prayer walk. Come on down there and join us as we pray for this young man that's battling for his life with the flu, Caleb Davis. And hope to see you down there. Dave and Gene.
Yes,
talk
sir.
to y'all
Enjoy
later.
it.
Yep.
And what do we always say on this show? It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport.
sportsman,
And God bless the USA.